Well, so what did you make of that? Did it sound like a plea? It didn't. It didn't sound like, you know, this is something we are asking all of you to please kindly queue up behind, you know, the organs of the party. It sounded like, well, it is believed that any responsible, respectable, that was the kind of language.
To me, it is an expectation. And you heard him, he didn't even say must. He said will. That it is believed that any responsible, respectable member of the party will, not must. So, and let us even come to it. Supposing he even had made that speech, carrying cutlass and gun, it is still not relevant because the law is clear. So that will still not make anybody not have the right to contest.
Isn't this risky for your party, knowing full well that the president has still not said he wants a second term in office?
Good, and that's why I was going to make that point when I was trying to bring up the analogy of the other
so what
party.
if he's not interested?
Now the president is being charged. The president has been told that we have 100% confidence in you. We repose confidence in you that you can further move the country forward. Not only by the PDP, but several non-PDP groups going all over the country saying that, Mr. President, even beyond the country, please continue. Now, the PDP, supposing, God forbid, that election comes and the bad happens like it happened to the party in Ekiti, then that means the PDP is now voluntarily assuming the risk. This is voluntary non-fit injuria now. You are voluntarily assuming the risk by adopting a candidate who may lose election. So the president can now say that, honestly, I don't think I should be the best person. I remain the best person. You can have an alternative, or I will. But you know that the president himself, to further show his humility and rule of law, and also appreciate other opinions, I said several times that it is not just for him to come out and say yes or no, but what about these opinions? But what about the feelings of these people? So he wants to manage every opinion.
What if the governors now put pressure and say, well, we want the same thing?
No, the National Publicity Secretary has also touched on that.
Yeah, but you know, just as you said, the law is the law. I mean, he can say one thing, and then the politicians say, well, look, yes, we've heard them, but look, we want this same thing.
Now let me tell you, generally speaking, what we're talking about is right of first refusal, just like in ordinary contracts. If I'm staying in this building now and you decide to sell the building, I should have the right of first refusal.
But you know that this right of first refusal in politics is weightier, in the manner of speaking, than some other rights of first refusal.
The right of first refusal, as it's being exercised now by the PDP, is not in our law. You understand? It is not in the Constitution. It is something that maybe can eventually become a convention, but indeed, as at now, it is something that is a necessity, because we see this man, the president, has a good man, a model that can win. It might not cut across the governors. Yeah, maybe not all the governors will be able to even have that gut to come out and campaign.
What do you say
not to talk of saying that they want right of
to those who think that, well, we want to see a contest.
Yes.
What about that? Because in the party, you may have people who will feel, maybe even maybe those who are watching now, because if everybody in the party agrees, other people will think, wait a minute, I thought we were going to see a contest, and let's see how democracy plays out.
Contest for contest's sake. You don't just say you want contest for contest's sake.
After all, you'll have a convention.
That means...
Is it for the sake of a convention?
No. And that is also to buttress that this is not sacrosanct, the decision. The guideline is out. The presidential primary is fixed for December 6th. So anybody can still go ahead and contest if you want to contest. But we just say for contest, because they must see that Manchester United is still playing football. Instead of resting your legs, you say, okay, come and play primary school boys.
You know what,
They
Chamberlain,
get injured in the process.
You know, there's logic in what Chamberlain has raised now. Good thing you're a lawyer. The Chamberlain has raised a very critical point. You know, what is good for the national level or at the national level, some could as well swing into action and see if they can convoke same in states. For instance, you are in PDP Lagos State. If this convoke the same movement from your organ of your party in Lagos State and come up with an individual as the sole candidate.
No, there are two different things.
What's different?
We don't have a sitting governor now.
No, it's not important. In some states where we have sitting governors, and because now you're drawing home, closer. Now, if we have a sitting governor in some PDP states and they have another term to go,
yes,
and they come up with this same conclusion,
yes,
would that be okay?
The wise men in PDP, members of the board of trustees, the NEC, the other groups, they will also assess whether the privilege we have given to Mr. A should also operate for Mr. B. Because like I said, it can only become a right per se, supposing it is in the constitution of the party. It is not. It is just something that is just, born out of convincing reasons. This man has tried well to continue and is popular. The people want him. So don't let us risk having another option. So the governor who wants to also come up with such argument must be such governor that has also performed exemplarily away.
But that's subjective.
Of course, it has to be subjective. It has to be subjective because if it is not subjective, you cannot even come to play to start to raise the issue of right of first refusal.
Tell us what is happening in Lagos PDP. You have a candidate or you have aspirants?
Are you giving right of refusal to anybody?
The party's guideline, the NEC guideline does not even expect that you should have a candidate. And this only parties that are not serious or just want to participate will say that they already have candidates.
You already have a candidate.
We have more than enough aspirants, and to the glory of God, we have aspirants that are convincing. Many of them have reached the peak of their professional callings, and Lagosians will be marveled by the time we start to display them on debate and the rest. I am very confident, I'm not campaigning now, that intellect for intellect, our aspirants, anyone that emerges eventually will dust any opposition.
Who is getting the first right of refusal?
There cannot be for now because we don't have anybody sitting.
Well,
because that is the...
it's only for those who are sitting.
The right of first refusal presumes that you're already in possession.
Well, quickly, what was the rally in Lagos on Saturday about?
Yes, it was a sensitization rally. To show to everybody that in Southwest, one, that President Goodluck Jonathan has done well enough, and we are proud of him. We want to invite him to come and celebrate with us. And two, to also show that our leaders are more united, and then we're on course. It was not a campaign, and on many occasions the speakers said it. It was not a campaign per se.
What is a campaign? Sorry.
And sensitization.
Sensitive. What is the difference between a campaign?
Well, a campaign, you stand on the rostrum, and that is the major distinguishing factor, which is
okay, go ahead.
Yes, must come to play that vote for me as your president. Vote for me as your governor. So if I stand on the podium for 10 hours and I never demand or request your vote, it is no campaign as intended.